We are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Room to run at the 50. Richie James. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Chiefs. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. At their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Allen going to throw. Getting the football to Davis on an out route. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because his feeling was good, solid performance. Did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely would like to see some improvement in this week's game.
They always want improvement, don't they?
They certainly do.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Into space at the 45. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Allen. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. The Bills at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Here's Riddick. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They go back to Riddick. And he gets him a little bit closer and takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bills march right down the field on the opening drive to take a first quarter lead. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Richie James on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 27. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. You look at this Buffalo defense, it's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This defense for the Bills, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. It's so close. He gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
Pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the one.
Good work there, holding them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Allen taking it himself, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Josh Allen with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, and the Bills have taken the lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now here's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. Here's Pacheco headed right. Down to about the 37.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Pacheco once again. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 30. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Mahomes now to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
And a big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Here's 2nd and 3. On play action, Allen. Open man downfield is Davis. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 33 yards that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Riddick. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Allen. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And a quick throw here that's complete. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. That's caught at the 25. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Bass on for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Bills 28, Chiefs 7. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was, Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
To throw, it's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they sequence things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Allen. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
First down 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that'll be caught by Tony. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line.
Now Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now we watch everything with great anticipation because he just had his 999th reception. And yes, math majors, the next one, a big one, 1,000. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And again, it's Mahomes. Open man right side is Rice. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Chiefs 14.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Allen. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Allen to throw it. Going deep for Diggs. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 53 yards. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And he's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game. Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Von Miller in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. They'll roll him out right. And that'll be incomplete with a penalty flag here on the field. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that thing go. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose a down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. Down the left sideline. Inside the 20. And all the way home for a bounce touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been terrific so far. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And well, sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. 2nd and 6. Riddick with a carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That's pulled in by Brooks. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On the ground, it's Reddick. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 84 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy."
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Bills send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's got it down to the 28.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now here's Mahomes. Finds his man. It's Kelsey on the crossing route here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Well, we made a big deal about catch number 1,000, as we should. Now he's at 1,001, so he's building towards 2,000, Charles.
I like your optimism, and I love your math. Let's go ahead and get the next 1,000, and he started on it already.
Mahomes now on 1st down. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bills are going to get the football back at their own 17. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And they take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And they will take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Buffalo, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the